Ever feel like personal finance is just a maze of like spreadsheets and jargon?
Yeah, totally. It can definitely feel overwhelming, right?
Well, get ready to ditch the confusion because in this deep dive, we're going to break down the financial diet.
Yes. By Chelsea Fagan and Lauren Verhage.
Exactly. It's just basically like this super relatable guide to like actually managing your money. No matter where you are in your financial journey, they have something for you.
For sure, especially for those of us, millennials who might be feeling a bit lost when it comes to all this money stuff.
Totally. And the best part is, it doesn't feel like a lecture. It's more like chatting with a friend who like actually knows what they're talking about.
Right. Super approachable.
So where do we even begin with this whole financial diet thing?
Well, they kick things off by talking about your money story, which I think is super insightful.
Money story. Okay, I'm intrigued. Break that down for us.
Basically, it's the idea that our experiences with money, especially growing up, really shape how we view and handle it as adults.
Like if your parents were super stressed about bills all the time, that could make you kind of anxious about spending, even if you're doing okay financially now.
Exactly. It's all about those subconscious beliefs we develop that we don't even realize are affecting our decisions.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So how do we like uncover our money story?
Well, the book encourages you to reflect on your past experiences with money, like how your family talked about it, how it was managed. Even those early memories around allowances or first jobs.
It's like digging into your financial DNA almost.
Right. And once you've kind of unearthed those patterns, you can start to, challenge them and make more conscious choices that align with your actual goals.
Okay, so once we've got a grip on our money story, where do we go from there? Budgeting time.
Yep. Budgeting is definitely key, but they present it in a way that's not super rigid or restrictive.
Because like who wants to track every single penny, right?
Seriously. The financial diet is all about finding a system that works for you. They talk about the 50-30-20 approach.
I've heard of that. What's that again?
It's pretty simple, really. It's 50% of your after-tax income goes to your needs.
Okay, the essentials.
Exactly. Things like rent, groceries, bills. And then 30% goes towards your wants.
Ooh, fun stuff like entertainment, dining out, clothes, whatever brings you joy.
Yep. And then the final 20%, that's dedicated to savings and debt repayment.
Ah, right. Saving. It always seems so daunting. Any tips from the book on how to actually make it happen?
They're big on starting small. It doesn't have to be these huge chunks of money right away. Even just a few bucks a week can add up over time.
But it's reassuring, actually. Makes it seem way less intimidating.
And they also highlight automating your savings, like setting up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings each payday.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Like out of sight, out of mind, right?
Precisely. And then speaking of money going out, let's talk about managing expenses. It's definitely a balancing act.
Right, like we need to pay for the essentials, but we also want to enjoy life. How does the book suggest we tackle this?
It's all about mindful spending, being intentional with your purchases, really thinking about the value you're getting from what you buy.
So it's not about depriving yourself, but being more aware of where your money's going.
Exactly. And they also talk about negotiating for better rates on things like your phone bill or even rent.
I'm terrible at negotiating. Any tips from the book?
They offer some solid advice, like do your research, know what comparable services cost, and don't be afraid to ask.
Okay, maybe I'll give that a try.
Yeah,
Now, onto the topic that always gives me a headache, investing.
I feel you. Investing can seem super intimidating, but the book breaks it down in a way that's actually understandable, even if you're a beginner.
Really? What are some of the key takeaways?
They emphasize the importance of starting early, even if you can only invest small amounts at first.
Time is money, they say.
For sure. And they also explain different investment options like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and the concept of diversification, which basically means spreading your investments across different areas to manage risk.
So not putting all your eggs in one basket, essentially.
Exactly.
Now, I'm also curious about what they have to say about, like, work and income. Those are pretty big factors in our financial lives, right?
Absolutely. And the book encourages readers to think strategically about their careers and earning potential.
So it's not just about managing the money you have, but also about finding ways to increase it.
Right. They talk about negotiating for a raise, taking on additional responsibilities, or even exploring side hustles.
So it's all about taking control of your career and advocating for yourself.
For sure. Knowing your worth and making sure you're being fairly compensated for your skills and effort.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. If we had to distill the essence of the financial diet, what would you say is the key takeaway?
Honestly, it's about creating a financially sustainable life that actually aligns with your values and aspirations.
I like that. It's not just about having a ton of money. It's about having the freedom and security to live the life you want.
Exactly. And the book provides a really solid roadmap with practical tools and strategies to help you get there.
So as you reflect on this deep dive, think about what's one concrete action you can take this week to start aligning your finances with your values. Maybe it's finally creating that budget, setting up an automatic savings transfer, or even just researching different investment options.
Remember, every little step counts.
It's a journey, not a sprint, right?
Absolutely. And with the right mindset and a little bit of effort, financial wellness is within reach for everyone.
And who knows, maybe it can even be, dare I say, enjoyable.
Maybe even, dare I say, delicious.
All right, that's it for our deep dive into the financial diet.
Hope you found it helpful.
And remember, your financial journey is unique to you. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. So take what resonates with you, experiment, and find what works best for your life. Until next time.
See ya.